Oh God, I haven't played in so long. I've forgotten how to do clues. Hello, yes, I am still alive. Actually, it's only been 2 months since my last video. Not too bad for me, apparently. It's been a year since we did a channel update, and I kind of want to turn this into a mid-November tradition. I think it can be really good to kind of take stock of your projects every now and then, and this is a nice, cozy way to do that. I want to start with what I said I wanted to do in the next year of last year and compare it to what we actually got up to, and then look forward to the next year. I said I was going to release 2 videos before leagues. These did come out and I was pretty happy with them. Then I said I'd stream a bunch during leagues. I very much did this. I got Dragon Tier as well, which had been a huge goal for me, and a chip on my shoulder after I came just short the previous year. So that was pretty exciting. After that, I wanted to release the casket cracking video as well and do the second 24-hour stream. The casket video ended up needing to be split into 3 parts because honestly, there was a lot more usable footage than I was expecting, and I wasn't feeling sending a full 2-hour video just like that. The stream went really well, other than the fact that I had to give up 26 hours in because I was getting altogether too many master clues. Then when we wrapped it up later, it took another 4 or 5 hours. Seriously, statistically, I should have gotten 50 clues. I'm pretty sure it ended up closer to 60 or 65. It was absolutely wild. Also, the next 2 parts of that video took me a long time to edit. I'm not gonna lie, it was extremely painful to edit in an interesting way. I did the same thing for 24 hours, and like, that's a tough story to tell in a compelling way. They're done though, and honestly, I'm proud of my work. They turned out really well, and at least I think they're interesting. I mentioned a few possible video ideas, like a state of the game rant or more hardcore skill pure videos. These are still on the table, but it just kind of depends on interest. I've got a lot of different things going on, and I'd like to focus on what people want to see the most. The cosplay is indefinitely tabled, but not dead. I just need some things to come together for it, and I want to prioritize things that are easier to accomplish. I said Tiles was going to resume in March, which, well, obviously that didn't happen. Also, listen to this clip. At this point, I could probably not log into the account for a full year and not be caught up to present by then, so fret not. I did do that thing. I actually didn't log into it for so long that I forgot the password and had to recover it. That being said, I've been playing it again, and it's a lot of fun, and playing it gives me motivation to continue making videos, so that's been very positive. I have episode 9 kind of mapped out, but I need a green screen, and I've been dragging my feet on that, so, you know, it'll happen. Finally, 2024 was going to be Gluten PVM arc. Yeah. So here's the thing. I've learned a lot about myself in the past year, and I've finally come to terms with the fact that I just don't enjoy PVM that much. I play games to meditate and unwind, and I just kind of find PVM to be pretty stressful. I actually really enjoy it during leagues because it's easier with all the relics, and recall means that dying or messing up isn't really punishing at all. I definitely just remembered I can just teleport to any of the portals with my kit. I'm not used to, honestly, I just haven't been playing much recently. That's all it is. I don't remember my new teleport options that I've unlocked recently. Yeah, it's just something about learning PVM with like inferior gear and stats where every time you mess up, you have to rebank and do the whole 1-minute run back again, potentially twice if you have to go back and grab your gear because you died, then the death penalty and the cost of supplies. It just doesn't do it for me the way that mining or like Hunter do. I'm not saying I never want to do PVM or that I won't ever. I still do a few raids here and there on stream just like as a social thing or like when I'm feeling it, but I don't really think I'm ever going to be a PVMer, and I'm more okay with that now. So what did I do in the last year instead of PVM? That's a wonderful question. Thank you for asking. This year I streamed 400 hours of Trackmania, and it was honestly incredibly fun and refreshing, experimenting with editing VODs and uploading them on a second channel. Kind of like, my videos are all just edited VODs, but like sort of in a more lightly edited, lower effort sort of format. In the end, it just wasn't worth the effort that it required from me for the level of interest that I was getting, so I stopped. I'm not fundamentally opposed to resuming stuff like that, but there's gotta be interest because at the end of the day, I'm making things for you guys, and if you don't enjoy them, it sort of removes the point of me uploading in the first place. We also did more Path of Exile streaming. I tried out Soulless Selfbound, which is like Iron Man for Path of Exile. We did some like group Iron Man content with my lovely friend Lemons, who also streams on Twitch. I played a ton of Factorio this year. In the early summer, I tried my hand at speedrunning it and got my PB down to about 3.5 hours, although I lost footage for it because my drive was full midway through. I do have a recording of a 355 though. It's unlisted, but I'll link it if you want to see it for some reason. We also tried the new Factorio DLC. I honestly probably streamed like 100 hours over it over the course of a week, like about a month ago. It was incredibly fun. I highly recommend it if you like logistics puzzles. Fair warning though, it is a very cerebral game, so if you're looking for brain off, click enemy, get XP, it might not be for you. And finally, lately we've been really sinking our teeth into Brighter Shores, which I absolutely adore. I plan on playing a lot more of it, at least for the time being. I don't really know where any of that's headed, but I've been focused on enjoying myself first and foremost, and sometimes that doesn't mean playing OSRS. Before I talk about my plans for the next year, I want to talk about some personal stuff real quick, just to touch base on how I'm doing as a human being. Last year, I was in graduate school, and it really took a lot out of me. I basically worked all the time for 5 years straight, no real breaks or vacations for very little pay, and in the end, I had to cut my losses and take the master's instead of finishing my doctorate. I took the second half of last year and the first half of this year and focused on healing and recovering from the sort of mental damage and burnout from that whole ordeal. I've been actively searching for a job for the past 5 or 6 months, but honestly, I haven't managed to find anything I'm really suited for. I got really deep into the hiring process for a nice job I was quite excited about recently, but I found out a couple weeks ago that I guess they went with another option right at the end, which was really gutting. Add to that, let's just say a volatile political situation, and my life is pretty up in the air right now. I don't know what the future holds for me, but it seems quite likely that I'll be moving to Europe in the next half year or so for better mental health and job security and physical security for me and my partner, who are both trans and currently living in the US. Streaming and making videos is something that I love doing, and it's my primary creative and social outlet, so I'm not going to disappear or anything like that, but I'm not going to make any promises about what's going to be coming down the pipeline because I just don't know what my time, energy, or mental state are going to look like even 1 month from now, let alone 12. You know, I thought I got more mediums than that. If you feel like you want to help me out or anything like that, me and my partner are probably going to be fine on the grand scale, at least assuming someone somewhere wants to hire me. What I'd ask you to do instead is donate to an organization focused on helping women, queer folk, and or people of color who are really going to need it in the next few years. I'm lucky because I can just leave. Most people are not that lucky, and they need your help more than I do. Sorry for the serious note, but looking at the world right now, there's no way we could talk about the state of the gluten without at least addressing it. Anywho, what are we looking forward to in 2025? Leagues 5 is coming out in about a week as of time of recording, and I am incredibly excited about it. I actually have a bunch of recorded footage from last league and a few videos planned, and the first one's pretty much complete, but the timing turned out a little weird. I'm kind of planning on releasing the first one ASAP, but like, I don't know, is it too weird to put out a Leagues 4 video like right before Leagues 5 starts or like during Leagues 5? Should I like release the first one now and then like wait until like March to finish the rest of the editing? Wow, the HD really makes this place look like shit. I don't know. I wanted to finish all of that miniseries before Leagues came out, but I got swept up in the job hunt, Factorio, and Brighter Shores. We kind of didn't get a lot of heads up from Jagex that was happening. They only notified us in like July or August. It just didn't end up working out. I definitely want to finish them because it really is a very good story. This year, we're once again going to be doing a ton of streaming, at least the first week or two of League. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to follow through with the whole thing, especially considering my other priorities, but at least the beginning of the League will be daily, long, and exciting streams. So feel free to pop into Twitch for that. It's always a ton of fun. We've been keeping an eye on the relics, and it seems like it should be a pretty good one. What on earth just happened? This is not what DCs usually look like for me. Anyways, where the heck was I? After that, I've really been in love with Brighter Shores, and it's not completely out of the question that I'll make a few videos on it. I actually have a snowflake idea that seems like it might be interesting, and I can't help myself when it comes to a good snowflake. We'll see, but I think I need a little more data before I can calc out if it's even possible. It's not a tile man, and it's not a chunk man. Tile Man seems like it'd be pretty interesting, but honestly, without a tile plugin, it's not really feasible, and as far as I know, we don't have plugin support yet, or maybe ever. Anywho, Gluten tiles. We took a year off, but I'm back and as excited as ever. Again, no promises on when or what, but just know I have a lot of plans laid out, and if I have the time and energy, we might get a bunch of episodes this year. Other than that, I'll keep it brief because it's basically in the same state as last year. In terms of streaming, in OSRS, I'm closing in on maxing my main, and obviously lots more tiles gaming to come. I also do a lot more other gaming stuff there as well, so if you like that, you can join my Discord to see what hijinks I'm up to at any point. Finally, let's talk about other potential projects. For me, the stream is about entertainment and community, and the YouTube is about art and storytelling. So I only really want to make videos about something if I have a story that I want to tell. In terms of stories in OSRS right now, it's pretty much just tiles and then like the leagues thing from last year. If there ends up being some interesting story that comes out of leagues this year, maybe that'll be something. Outside of OSRS, the recent Factorio playthrough was a real journey for me and would make a nice set of videos. I'm excited about the prospect of making PoE videos as well, specifically my journey with Hardcore Solo Selfbound. Think Hardcore Iron Man. If you were wondering, we lost the first one to a DC, so it's pretty much just like OSRS. Trackmania also edits really nicely, and making Trackmania videos in the future isn't out of the question either. Potentially any or none of those things might happen, but if they do, they'd probably get uploaded to my second channel. I kind of want to keep this one as just an OSRS thing. I know some people like the OSRS stuff specifically, and I'd rather not clog up your feed or kill the channel in the YouTube algorithm or whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I have had an absolute ton of fun, and you guys really keep me grounded in a lot of ways. I hope everyone has a good year, and I'll see you all either in leagues or whenever the next time I upload is. Bye.